Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new in this channel or you are just coming across this channel, you are so much welcome. My name is Blessing. To my old subscribers, I thank you so much for always coming back to watch my video. I appreciate it so much and I don't take that for granted. So guys, if you are here, you have not subscribed to this channel, I will appreciate if you hit on the subscribe button and also turn on the notification bell so that whenever I post a video, you will be notified. So guys, in today's class, we'll be learning how to make a bubu gown with front slits with a pocket. Okay, so guys, endeavor to watch this video to the end. I promise you will enjoy this video. So guys, without wasting of time, let's get started. So guys, here are the material I will be using for this tutorial. You can see that I have a white doll face and a fabric here. So this is what I will be using. So guys, I have folded my fabric into two. You can see the front and the back. The front and the back is on fold. In this particular gown, it does not have a zip, so there's no need for me to put a zipper allowance. So now we are going to take all our measurements. So first of all, I will first of all take my full length measurement, and the full length measurement I'm working with is 16 inches. Go ahead to measure yours and do the same. So guys, the next measurement I will be taking is my shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is 14 inches. So when I divide 14 inches by 2, I will have 7 inches. Then I will start on my measurement from the side. Endeavor to take your measurements on the wrong side, okay? Because we are using a chalk here. Endeavor to mark on the wrong side, not the right side, okay? So now I have marked my shoulder measurement here. Then after that, I will extend from the shoulder measurement, I will mark extra 13 inches, okay? Or 14 inches, sorry. I will mark extra 14 inches to it like this, you can see. So that is from the shoulder to my sleeve. So I am cutting the sleeve together with the body. So guys, after that, I will mark my shoulder to my bust measurement, which is 10 inches, from my shoulder to my hip length measurement, which is 24 inches. All these measurements are the vertical measurement, okay, from the shoulder to my hip, and I've already taken my shoulder to the full length before. So now I will just extend this line straight like this, just the way you see me extending. I will come over to the bust point line and I will also repeat the same. So guys, after ruling, I will come to the bust point and mark my bust measurement divided by 4 and add extra 1.5 inches for my ease, then 1 inches for my seam allowance. So guys, I forgot to mark from my shoulder to my waist. So this is what I'm trying to do here. I'm marking from my shoulder to my waist, which is 16 inches. Then after marking now, I will extend the line straight. So guys, this is me trying to rule it. So after ruling it now, I will divide my waist measurement divide by 4, add extra 1.5 inches for my ease and also 1 inches for my seam allowance. Then coming to the waist, the hip line, I will also do the same thing just the way we did earlier. Divide my hip measurement by 4, add my 1.5 inches for my ease and also 1 inch for my seam allowance. Now the next step is just to copy what I have on the hip to the hem part, okay? So I copy everything that I have on the hip now. I copy plus the ease and the allowance. I copy everything and I I copy it here, I paste it here on the end part like this. Okay, so now our measurements are, we are done with our measurements. So now we are going to connect all the measurements together. So guys, after connecting from this up the shoulder, I will just extend what I have to the bust point like this. I will extend it like this. After that, after extending, I will just connect a curve, kind of curve to meet the line like so. Just watch me, you will understand what I'm trying to say. I just want to, because we cannot make it so sharp at this end here, so I will just make it a curve like this. Okay, you can see how curvy I'm trying to make here, so that the armhole part there is a kind of curve, it's not sharp. Okay, so now guys, after that we are through with that, we come over to the neckline. So the neckline I will be working with is 3.5, but I later add half inch to it, but for now I mark 3.5, while for the back I mark 1.5 for the depth. As well mark 2 inches if you want, but I mark 1.5. Then after that I will just go ahead to use a ruler to connect. So guys, you can see that I've connected my back line. This is my back neckline. Okay, this is the back. So now we are going to mark the front neckline. So for the front neckline, we'll be using a V neckline. Okay, so now I will take from my shoulder, from the top here down to 7.5. You can as well come down by 8 if you want. It's how deep you want it. Mine, I just did to mark 7.5. You can still come up by 5 inches if you want. So now after that I will just connect the line like this from the width of the neckline down to my 7.5 as a V neckline like this. So guys, that is that. So after that I will come over to this other side to come down by 1 inches for my shoulder slope, and I will connect it to meet the neck width. So guys, we have already created our shoulder slope. So this is how it is. Now the next step is to cut out the pattern. We'll first of all cut out the back neckline because it's the shortest out of the two neckline. So I'll just go ahead to cut out the remaining bodies because they are equal. Okay, so now we have already cut them out. Okay, now let's work with the front. Now before we work with the front, I would like to take the back out first. So guys, from this bust point line here, I will come in by 2 inches. I will mark 2 inches from there down to the full length. So guys, after marking now, I will just go ahead to blend it. You can see for this neck depth here, I will also mark 2 inches inward like this. Okay, so now I will rule it straight. So now we will connect our v-neck again. So starting from that part, I noticed that the depth of my neck is too small, so I will add half an inch to it again. Okay, this is me trying to add my half an inch to my width measurement. Okay, then I have added my half an inch and I will reconnect it again because I noticed that the V is not that too sharp, so I added another 1 inch. You can feel free to use the one that works for you, but this is what I really want. Okay, so this is me blending the curve. I'm just trying to align the line so that it will come out very nice. Okay, so guys, after that now I will just take my scissors now to cut out from this neck width. Now I will cut it according to the line that I just draw. So before I will extend the cutting down, I will just make sure I notch the depth of my neck for the front here. I will notch it so that I will know where my depth end later. Okay, so I will just go ahead to cross check if I mark the right part here. So this is me trying to cross check my measurement and is intact. So now I will just go ahead to cut out the remaining parts. So I will just cut out like this according to the line, the 2 inches, and I'll cut it out. That part is no longer needed, so I will just throw it out. Okay, so now you can see that we have already identified our neck depth. So now I will bring the back and also mark my half inches, add half inches, just what we did to the front, because the back and the front neck width must correspond together. Okay, except the depth, but for the width the two of them must correspond together. So I added my half inch to the back as well and I cut it out. Okay, so guys, the next step is to place right side meeting right side together and ensure that the two shoulder meet each other. I will take it to my sewing machine, you can see, and run a stitch on there. So now guys, you can see I have joined my shoulder and I opened it, the seam up, and I ironed it very well. Guys, if you have an inner weaving machine, go ahead to lock the rough edges. Now coming to the pocket side, from the hip, from the waist area there, I'll come down by 1 inches. From my waistline, I will come down by 1 inches. Then I will notch it. Then from that notch there, I will come down by 7 inches. From the 1 inches we come down with, I will mark 7 inches. That is the length of my pocket, and that is accurate length of pockets. Okay, 7 inches is okay. So you just notch that part also. So now this is my pocket, although my fabric is not long enough for the desired length I want, but I will just manage this fabric that I have 10 inches. I wanted my pocket to be 14 inches. So for the width of the pocket, I am using 7 inches. Okay, I am using 7 inches for the width, while for the length I'm using 10 inches. Please, 10 inches is too short. You can use 14 inches. Okay, because I am short of fabric, that is why I'm just using this 10 inches. Okay, so now I will just cut out. I've found the measurement I need and I will cut it out. I will also use that one to trace out the second pocket and I will cut. So guys, you can see that there is a sharp edge at this other side. We don't need that, so I will just go ahead to kind of curve that part and cut it off. Okay, it's not good for our pocket to be sharp at the side like this. Okay, so I will just go ahead to cut that sharp edges out so that the pocket will come out very nicely. So you can see that this part here is beautiful. You can see the pocket is out now, so it's time for us to fix out our pockets. So guys, I've bring out my fabric. From that part that I notched, for the upper part that I notched, I will place the pocket right side meeting the right side like this. Okay, I'll place the pocket right side meeting right side and I will place it. I told us that my pocket, the length of my pocket is short. Please don't copy this. Mine is very short. You can do yours 14 inches. Okay, so I'm just doing it for the sake of the tutorial. Okay, I just want to do it. So now I will now sew it. Ensure that you sew 1 inches for this pocket because our seam allowance is 1 inches. Also sew 1 inch. I will replace it later. Okay, so now I have sewed my 1 inches now, and can see I notched the pocket area. I notched it and I top stitch on it. After notching, I top stitch on it like so. So now the next step is to close the down part of the pocket. Then I will the wrong side meeting wrong side. I will do the pocket wrong side meeting wrong side, and I will sew it. I will sew from where the notch starts from here. Okay, I will sew it to the other side. Hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I will sew it to the other side like this. Okay, so and after doing, ensure that you leave 1 inches. You leave 1 inch space to recover the 1 inches that we took out, that we sew out. So I've sewed that, and I also went ahead to top stitch the up. Okay, so this is our pocket now. This is what I'm trying to say. I top stitch that part also. I top stitch it. So guys, you can see that we have already replaced the 1 inches that we took. You can see the 1 inches there. That is the allowance that we use to sew it, to sew it to the back. Okay, if you have a half an inch for your seam allowance, sew half an inch so that you will replace your half an inch from the pocket here. Okay, so that is that, guys. So when you want to sew, just sew like so to the ends. Okay, just ignore the notch. Just make sure you sew it in a way that the notch will not show. Okay, so this is our pocket. Okay, I will do the same thing to the other side of the pocket as well. The next thing is to bring the back. I will just fold it back, the back neckline, and I will notch the center back. Okay, this is the back. I will notch the center back. This is the center back. Okay, then from the notched, I will take my tape and measure from that center back. I will measure from starting from the center back to the hem line. I will measure it to the down part. So altogether I have 65 inches from the center back to the hem part. So I will cut out my 65 inches from this from this door face, and the 2 inches that we cut out from the front. Okay, the 2 inches that we cut out from the front, we are going to replace it with this door face and add half an inch to it for sewing allowance, making it 2.5 inches. By the time you open it up, it will be 5 inches. It's unfold. Okay, so my door face is not that long, and I cut it twice. Then I will just go ahead to remove my pin from it like this. After removing my pin, I will join all of them together. Okay, if you have a fabric that is as long as the length of what you measure, you can go ahead to cut it like so, but mine is not that long. That is why I cut it separate like this, so that I will achieve what I want. So now guys, after that I will just place right side meeting right side, so that I will join them together to give me the length that I want. Okay, so guys, you can see I have joined them together. So now the full length I have now is about and I added half an inch to them for seam allowance as well. So my full length now is about 130 inches. So I will just go ahead to use my stain to iron on it so that it will be firm. Okay, so guys, here it comes. I have ironed it. I fold it into two and I ironed it, and I ironed my stain on it as well. You can see how beautiful it comes out. You can see that the line is there. I have ironed it. I folded it into two like this, and I ironed it very well. After doing that, I folded it into two and I ironed it also to look for the midpoint. Then I notched the midpoint. When I fold this door face into two, I notched the midpoint, and that will be the center back. Okay, that point that I notched is the center back. So now what I will do here is, for me to be on the safer side, I will first of all pin my door face to my fabric, so that I will mark all the necessary parts that I need. So this is my center bag. The two notch, I mash the two notch together. So I will now use my pin to hold it together. Then I will do the same to meet. I will just align it together like that to where my neck depth is for the front. This is where my neck depth is for the front. Then I will just use my biro to mark that part to show me that this part here is where my neck, the depth of my neck stop at the front. Okay, so now I will still repeat the same thing to the other side of the neck for the front. So my center back there, I will just measure like that, just the way you see me doing, so that there will be no issue when I will be sewing it. Okay, so now I will now place it. You can see I notched the depth of my neck before when we are cutting. So I will now mark it, identify that part, so that I will know that that part is the where my depth of my neck stop. Okay, for the front. So after that, I will also extend this thing, this doll face, to the end part using my pin to hold them together. So I will just do it like that and do the other side as well. I will pin them together to the hem part as well. So guys, I have done that. You can see it has come to the end. So now I will place this front and the back, the two fronts together, just the two fronts. I will remove the back. I will place the two fronts together like this so that we can achieve where our slit will be. So from the down part, I come up by, for here I come up by 18 inches, but I later add to it. I see that the 18 inches is too short, it's too come down, so I later extend it to 21 inches. Just do what work for you. Okay, I want my slit to be so high, so I later add to it. Okay, so now I have identified the part that my slit will be. I use my biro to mark it, so that part will be where my slit will end. So now I will just go ahead to remove my pin from the fabric. So let's work with the doll face. I will take this fabric aside first so that we will work with the doll face. Now I have marked all the necessary parts. Then for the center back, which is the midpoint, I will open the doll face. I will open it up like this. Okay, I will open it up like, you can see that we already have our midpoint there, because through the help of our iron. So we ironed it and we've already known the midpoint, the center in between these two, in between the 5 inches. We've already know the center. So now I will place right side meeting right side of the doll face like this, right side meeting right side. Okay, so you can see that our mark, our neck width, our neck depth, sorry, we've already marked it. This is it. So I will just crochet it to the middle. I will just trace it to the middle, because this is where our neck is, our neck depth is for the front. So I will just mark it at the middle there. You can see me, I'm marking it. This is the essence of me doing that measurement we did that earlier. So for me to have a very correspond measurement here, so you can see this will just guide you, just for a guide, will just guide you so that you will not make a mistake. So now we've done that. Coming to the slit part, you remember we also mark our slit, where the slit will end or where it will start from. So you can see this where my slit will start from. You can see the mark there. So I will take it to the midpoint there. Our iron have already given us our midpoint. So now what we will do here is that we will take it to our sewing machine. Before then, I will use my pin now to hold the two together, so that I will not make any mistake. Always work with pin if you want a very neat and nice work. Work with your pin. A pin is your friend in sewing. So now I have pinned down it. So now what I will do, From this part, from the midpoint here, I will take it to my sewing machine and I will run a stitch for there. I will run a stitch starting from my neck depth to where the slit will stop. Okay, I will start from where this barrel starts to end where this barrel ends. Okay, I will do that and come back to show you. So this is how it is. I have sewed it. I've sewed the midpoint like this. Hope you are understanding. I will sew it. I've sewed it to where my barrels end. Okay, so now what the next step to do is to pick for the upper or for the up here. I will pick one of it from there and pick another one and correspond it together. Okay, I will just pick one from here, pick one from the other side and face it together, meaning wrong sides facing each other. Wrong side facing each other. After joining the middle, wrong side facing each other. Take one from the up for this right side and take one for the up for this left side and join it together. Do the same thing to the down part as well and turn it. You will see that you will have a very neat work here. You can see this is how it comes out. Just do it like that to the neck part. Okay, you can see our neckline is coming out. This is the slit. Just do it like that and take it to your ironing table and press it with hot iron. So guys, this is how it comes out after ironing it. You can see how neat it comes out. Very beautiful and it comes out very well. This is the slit. Very beautiful. So now the next step is to bring out the fabric and bring the door face like this. Now what we will do here is to correspond the notch. You know, we notched the center back, both the fabric and the door face. Now what we'll do is to join them together. Now we will place I'm trying to look for my notch. Now I will turn it like this. I'll turn it like this. Okay, turn it like this, correspond both the two notch together. Then you first of all pin it. Okay, pin it first before you sew. Ensure that you pin the neckline first. Okay, just pin it. After pinning it, then you turn it like that and you sew it down. Before you sew, please pin to avoid any error, because this part here is kind of confusing. So just pin it and make sure after pinning it, make sure you are intact before sewing. If you have any correction, you correct before you sew. Okay, so this is it. This is where the neck of my front neck depth ends. You can see I pin it down and that is how I will just pin it to the end. So guys, after pinning, I will just take it to my sewing machine and sew it. So guys, this is how it comes out. I have sewed it. You can see how beautiful it is. Okay, so this is how I see. Look at the slits. I have sewed it on it. So now I will turn. This is the neck part. You can see how beautiful it comes out. So I will turn it to the right side like this. So this is how it comes out. Looking pretty. Guys, if you have watched this video up to this moment and you have not subscribed to this channel, please encourage this channel. Let us grow together. Please hit on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Thank you so much. So now the next step is to bring our back and the front together so that we close it. This is the pockets. You know, we have already bring out our 1 inches allowance from the pocket. So we join it to the other back, so that the 1 inches will correspond. We have 1 inches for seam allowance, remember. So that is what we will use to sew. Please don't sew on your pocket, just sew for the allowance. This is how it comes out, guys. Looking pretty. This is the slit. Can you see the slit comes out very nice? Let's come to the neckline. This is the neckline. So guys, for the sleeve, I don't want the white door face to be at my sleeve. You can see I folded my sleeve like that, just the way the thumbnail appear. I don't want mine to be like that, but if you want yours to be like that, you can go ahead to do yours. So this is the down part. I've already hemmed the down part as well. Look neat. Let me put it on. Let's see. Wow, this is the final look of this gown. The gown we just make together. This is the final look. It comes out very beautiful and it comes out very nice. Look at my pocket. It's coming out well. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up, and if you are yet to subscribe, please, I will appreciate if you hit on the subscribe button and also turn on the notification bell for more video like this. Thank you very much for watching. Bye. To see you in my next one.